Hello, students. Welcome to biology class. This is the voice of Mr. Sunday Henry. How do you do? Now, we are still talking about concept of culturing. In our last previous class, we talked about the definition of culturing, identification of microorganisms, the microorganisms in our body, which we mentioned of a normal microflora in the body that ward off any disease that enter our the body of an infant. So we are still on the same topic, but today we are going to look at another subtopic under that same topic, which is going to be pathogenic microorganisms in the body. Pathogenic microorganisms in the body. The objective of this lesson is that at the end of this class, you should be able to know the conditions that affect the body's immune system, state how microorganisms enter the body, highlight the careers of microorganisms. So, without much ado, let us proceed. Content. Pathogenic microorganisms usually establish themselves in our bodies and cause diseases. Why? Or how did they do that? When the body resistance is low, when the normal microflora in the body is disrupted by antibiotic therapy, and also when an infant where the normal microflora is not yet established. So those are the way in which microorganisms can establish themselves in the body. When that happens, the following conditions lower the body's ability to resist or fight against pathogens. The following conditions lower the ability of the body to resist or fight against pathogens. Remember, pathogens are the causes of disease. The pathogen causes disease, while vector carries disease. We are still going to talk about vector, but let us look at this why how the body lower the ability to resist the germs or the pathogens. Why? Number one, we have malnutrition. Okay, I'm using A. Malnutrition. When you don't eat well, even if the food is balanced, but we are not well fed, it can allow the body system, it can lower the body's ability to resist against pathogens. So if you are eating balanced diet, make sure you eat well and be well fed. Don't eat half and remain half. You have to feed well. By so doing, you are boosting your immune system. So if you don't feed well, that is malnutrition, and that condition will lower the body's ability to resist pathogens. Number B, we have stress and overwork. Most of you used to work and work. We don't even rest. Make sure you rest, and at times always have a nap. Sleep, rest your body because it works very well. So if you are stressful and overwork, it will lower the body's ability to resist pathogens. C, harmful habits like smoking and drinking. I want to tell you today, if you have any idea or if you have any intention of smoking, even not now, maybe in future, please abandon such idea because it will lower your body's ability to resist pathogens. So that bad habit of smoking and drinking is dangerous. You are opening up your system to be exposed to pathogens. So your immune system will not be concrete, will not be boosted. So don't think of smoking or drink. If you want to drink, at least once in a while, not always. D, environmental pollution. Environmental pollution. Most of the environments we live in are very, very unpleasant, or very, very bad. Ensure that your environment is clean. Ensure that anything close to you, even bushes or stagnant water, on the stagnant water, make sure you pour some oil, maybe kerosene or oil on that stagnant water so that it can remove the inhabited egg of micro or of mosquito, because that will make mosquito to breed faster. Keep your environment clean. Don't jealous your neighbor, your neighbor is not sweeping, you too, you are not sweeping. Make sure your environment is clean. By so doing, your immune system will be boosted. So if you overlook all these things, your body will be lowered. So it will not be able to resist or fight against any pathogens. Now let us look at the microorganisms in our body, how the microorganisms enter our body, how microorganisms enter our body. The various ways through which pathogenic microorganisms enter the body are as follows. I. Through cuts, wounds, and abrasions on the skin. Example, Clostridium tetanic, which causes tetanus. So when you have a cut, ensure that you treat that cut. Even if it is abrasions, make sure that you treat it. Else, if you allow it to be there, what we call Clostridium tetanic will enter into the body through the wound or through the cut and will cause tetanus. So ensure that you treat your cut, no matter how small it is. So ensure that you treat your cut. And another way in which microorganisms can enter our body is through the nose and the mouth. Example, influenza virus. Look at what is going on in the world now. They say use your nose mask because they know that this virus can enter your body through your nose without you knowing, and also through your mouth. So if that happened, it will be very, very difficult for you because microorganism has entered without your knowledge. Before you know, you start seeing some symptoms. So this is the era of virus, that is coronavirus. They say you should cover your nose and your mouth. Please do that. Please do that because that is where microorganisms pass through or enter our body through. Now, let us look at the third one, which is the through direct contact. Through direct contact. Example, ringworm, fungi, and the spirochetes, which cause syphilis. If someone is infected or through direct contact, remember that period of Ebola. Then if you touch somebody, if you shake somebody, you'll be contacted with Ebola. So through direct contact, microorganisms can also enter our body. So ensure that you take care of yourself so that all these microorganisms will not enter your body through this medium. Now let us look at the carriers. Okay, before we look at the carriers, let us look at the microorganisms in food. The microorganisms in food. Food is an ideal medium in which many microorganisms readily grow and multiply. Food can be contaminated by animals like flies, cockroaches, and rats. In hygienic habits of the people who handles it. Remember, microorganisms in our food. Food is an ideal medium. Through food, microorganisms can also enter our body because when you keep your food uncovered, cockroach will tamper with it. Even rats will tamper with it. It will deposit these pathogens, this disease, because all these cockroaches and rats and flies are carriers of microorganisms or carrier of pathogens. So when they deposit, when food is being exposed, they will deposit in your food, and when you eat it, you can be contacted. And another thing, those people handling the food, example, the restaurants, those selling restaurants, you go and buy food without looking at the appearance of the person selling it. Make sure the vendor is neat, the plates using are neat, the pots, everything, and you cover her hair. You don't even look at this thing, you just buy food anyhow and anywhere. Look at it here, in hygienic habits of the people who handle it. At times the food will be exposed to flies and you still buy them. Please ensure that this is taken care of. The microorganisms is in contaminated food multiply rapidly if the food is one kept at temperature between 20 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. B, not cooked long enough to kill the microorganisms and their spores and to break down their toxins. So don't always eat half done food. If you are frying your egg, make sure your egg is brown. Your egg is brown, is well done. Don't do half baked or half done egg. If you are cooking your food, make sure it is well cooked. So because all these things can inhibit microorganisms, if you eat it, you will be contacted with some diseases. Now let us look at the carriers of microorganisms. Carriers of the microorganisms. We have living and non-living things as carrier of living organisms. Non-living things like the air, water, and food are the non-living agents that carry microorganisms from one place to another, while animals are the living agents that carry microorganisms from one place to another. Example of the animals. Let us start with the insect like houseflies, cockroaches, fleas, mosquitoes, and fly. Then animals are the cats, the dogs, etc. Now, all these carriers of microorganisms are commonly called vectors. All of them are called vectors. They have a common name. They all are called vectors. Now, the vectors are now divided into two: the living and the non-living. So, air also carries microorganisms. Water also carry microorganisms. Even your food also carry microorganisms. Remember when we talked about microorganisms as a definition, we say that microorganisms are found everywhere, in the air, in the water, in the bush, under the ground, everywhere. So air is one of those medium in which microorganisms can be spread. Now let's move on with the assignment. In your assignment, you are going to outline five vectors, the microorganisms they carry, and the disease caused. You are going to outline five vectors, the microorganisms they carry, and the disease caused. That will be your assignment. As usual, you have to submit it to the email address, which is henrysunday240 at yahoo.com, or to my WhatsApp number, which is 08062558129. Stay safe and remain blessed.